the team that is handling the psychosocial support interventions planned for arts therapy workshops and other forms of assistance to the more serious cases in order to address the psychosocial well-being of our IDPs.
Nag-enjoy ba kayo ng drawing ngayon?
The psychosocial therapy using arts aims to heal the traumas experienced by the IDPs.
Okay, yung arts therapy po natin ay merong 4 major components. One is yung dance and drama therapy. The other one is yung, of course, itong puppetry. Yung pangatlo ay yung painting at saka visual. And then the fourth component would be theater arts.
This is psychosocial, built on the foundation that we are all social beings, and our body and emotions and actions are interrelated. So much so that if there are social events, social happenings, our actuations, our emotions, and our behavior and attitude are basically affected. So in the case of the Marawi-siege, we live in Lanao, and it behoves upon us as our social responsibility as Mindanaoans and as development workers to respond to the crisis. So far, we have done 6 or 7 psychosocial activities where puppetry, creative dancing, visual arts, and theater arts are integrated in order for the Marawi survivors, the children, the youth, and the adults will be able to express themselves through art as a therapeutic mechanism that they are able to release what they feel and what they think about the social event.
May labas nyo kung ano yung sa loobin nyo na andyan pa rin.
Natutunan namin dito ang gumawa ng papi po namin. Bali, ang pangalan po ng papi ko ay si Jalila. Isa po itong survivor galing Marawi City. Bali, ang natutunan po namin, parang nawala yung problema namin. Ang saya po nang nangyari sa amin dito. Naglaro kami, gumawa kami ng packet, tapos lahat po, naipsan po yung lungkot na nararamdaman namin dahil sa tulong ng mga ganitong mga programa.
In our case, we provide a safe venue, a safe mechanism where they are able to freely express their experiences. At the same time, while we allow them to express themselves, we are actually opening their wounds. So in our level, the ICESDev, together with the support staff, and of course, we also have partners, we provide them the training, we provide them the skill, so that eventually we will contribute to something, self-transformation of themselves. And eventually, we hope that this will redound to the society as a whole.
Maraming salamat po sa gumagawa ng programang to. Isa po kayo sa mga taong nakakatulong ng mga batang na-trauma sa Galing Marawi po. Isa din po ako sa na-trauma Galing Marawi City. At sa galing din po ako ng Warsaw.
So this activity is dubbed as healing and peace building. So when we say healing, we have an input on the nature of self-transformation, very briefly lang, and also Dr. Miranda also assisted us by giving input on how this context will be placed under Islamic perspective.
Sabi ko, maraming salamat talaga sa ICESDev at saka sa Lumbay Kamarawi kasi marami kaming natutunan. Lahat nawala yung stress namin. Parang huminga kami dito. Tapos nag-enjoy.
Using different forms of arts as psychosocial therapy to heal the wounds of the IDPs, and in line with the goal of peace building and also in celebration of International Human Rights Day, an artistic presentation dubbed as Arts for Peace was held on December 10th at the Iligan City Public Plaza. This was attended and participated by the IDPs themselves and a large crowd from Christian communities from Iligan City. This activity hopes to promote understanding, appreciation, and respect to the different cultures and traditions, and to gradually develop into a culture of peace. Maranao and Lumad dances were performed. Songs for Peace resonated, while on-the-spot painting and puppetry making were simultaneously conducted. The Arts for Peace was highlighted with the participation of the internally displaced children who performed their own version of Awit sa Marawi, or Song for Marawi.
Towards the latter part of our project, we are also trying to organize initiatives for peace building. We want to bring together communities of different faiths, different religions.
You know, Islam is the religion of peace. One evidence our greeting is salam, means peace.
That's why there is a need to have a dialogue, the Christian, the Igauno, Maranao.
Alam nito ng mga kapatid natin mga Maranao na nagtatrabaho doon ngayon sa Marawi. Maraming Christian.
We want our IDPs to participate in a meaningful process of rehabilitation, of recovery that is based on just and lasting peace.
Believing that IDPs have constitutional, legal, as well as moral rights to be actively involved in the rehabilitation of Marawi, Lumbay Ka Marawi, which means Arise Marawi, an organization of IDPs from Marawi, was organized to be the voice of the IDPs.
So we will not treat ourselves as victims of what had happened sa Marawi, pero dapat nataw na sa atong kagalingon nga we are still able to stand up.
This is not easily task, but this is a challenge for us to come up with the plan of the IDPs.
I will do my job and responsibilities. Now regarding the experience also, I am also a former president of Maranao Community, United Arab Emirates.
Ang kakayanin ko as a General Secretary, gagawin ko po for the sake of the group at saka para makatulong po tayo sa lahat ng nangangailangan. So here I am, parang public service na dito.
Lumbay Ka Marawi is now one of the members of the monitoring team of Task Force Bangon Marawi, an interagency group created by President Rodrigo Duterte for the rehabilitation of Marawi. The war has ended. It did not only destroy properties, but also families. Many lives were lost and many are still missing. Many are still hoping to see their family members. Many IDPs still yearning for their basic needs: food, shelter, livelihood. Like Monib Maguindanao, a fisherfolk whose family is relying on the blessings from the Lake Lanao, but he can't go fishing, for apart from the reason that he lost his nets and bangka during the war, he, like many IDPs, is not allowed to go back to their place at the ground zero. It's obvious that IDPs are still in need of assistance. But the humanitarian project supported by the Danish Emergency Relief Fund can only do so much. The project has come to an end. Although it was able to help but only a portion of the large population of IDPs, yet it helped relieve the agonies and pains suffered by them.
It's really heartbreaking what we have experienced, because it's an experience that sticks with me, at least after the last visit here. So personally, I think I'm very happy that we have this opportunity to help at least a bit. We could have spent a lot of more money and doing a more like all-around support, but we can only manage within what was possible with the budget, and I think we have done a lot of good things and started planting some seeds, and hopefully that will help.
The project also had strengthened the perspective of life, like on the case of Jalila, an IDP from the ground zero. She was a vendor in Marawi before the war and knew nothing about tilling the land. But in the evacuation center in Pantar West, she persevered and demonstrated her resiliency.
Natutunan namin paano magtanim, hindi lang pala sa business ang may pera, kundi sa may farmer po. Marami ding tulong to sa amin kasi pag mag-harvest na kami, pwede na kami magbenta sa kahit anong sa mga palengke po ng iligan. Nakakalimutan po namin yung problema namin sa Marawi.
She also utilized the cash and grocery assistance given to her and started a small business.
Yung natanggap ko din po na cash grant, unang-una natanggap ko po na cash grant. Nag-pundar po ako ng pang-load wallet po. Yung grocery po na natanggap po, ito po yung pinagbibili ko para po sa tindahan ko. Kahit tingnan niyo po galing po ito sa ISIS-sympathizers.
The rehabilitation of Marawi will take years. Several years.
Ay walang ibang pangarap kundi mabalik ang ating mga bahay.
The government has drawn its plan on rebuilding Marawi, but many Maranaos claim that it's not reflective to their culture as a people. But one thing is for sure, Maranaos are resilient people, and they are going to rebuild Marawi. Because Marawi is for the Maranao people. As the Maranao, which means people of the lake, is for Marawi.